Greetings, everyone. Good time zone to you. Welcome. It is the week leading up to the Arena Strixhaven Sealed Open, and that level of aspirational limited has us limited fanatics getting antsy and excited to have some more aspirational play opportunities. It's a 2-day event. You can take as many shots on day one as you want at 4,500 gems or 22,500 gold per shot. So not cheap, but if you can get to the max wins before you hit the max losses, you advance to day two. And then on day two, you can build another sealed, play it out. And if you do well, you can win up to $2,000, $1,000 or $2,000 if you win a lot on day two. And of course, this has everybody excited for it. So we're a lot of streamers like me, a lot of content creators are focused on sealed right now as we anticipate this event and do some practice for it. Now, we are able to do it a couple of ways. I can play in system here, do an official Magic the Gathering Arena event, sealed event, and practice using their sealed builder and all that stuff. Another thing we like to do is what we do on Fridays, which is basically some ad hoc sealed building from MTGAdraft.tk. And I'm not going to do that today, but we'll probably do it later this week. And it's a way to practice sealed without spending these gems, because even this isn't cheap. 2,000 gems to hop into a sealed pool, sealed event. On this account, though, I am looking to collection build. Sealed isn't the worst for collection building, but if you don't care about collection building, it is kind of the worst. So I'm going to take some shots in system here since I'm working on my Strixhaven collection anyway. But largely, I recommend that you join the GoingOptimal Discord and get your practice in via friendly folks in the Discord, also using MTGAdraft.tk to do some no gem, no gold sealed practice. You just export your decks into Arena and then use some spare wild cards to fill out any cards you're missing and battle that way. It's a highly recommended way to get your sealed practice in for a value that you can handle. And a highly recommended way to do that for your tabletop Magic experience, though, is my sponsor, CardKingdom.com. They are going to be incredible for those goals, whether you are looking to bling out a cube, build your next standard deck, get back into Modern, bling out your commander deck. There's all sorts of little Magic projects people have that require little rectangles of cardboard. And boy, Card Kingdom has a ton of those little rectangles of cardboard. Exactly the stuff on them that you want to see. And they get them to you quick. They get them to you in the condition expressed. And if you're looking to send some the other way, they have the best buy list in the industry. If you want to buy single or you want to sell singles, Card Kingdom will buy them for higher prices on average than anybody else. And the store credit you can get, 30% bonus, goes to their incredible inventory. So they're one of the best places to have store credit because of the inventory. Store credit is only as good as the inventory the store has. And boy, Card Kingdom crushes it on that front. So please check them out and do it from my affiliate link. Let them know you got there from here. Helps keep me on the air. Thank you so much, Card Kingdom, for all your support. This is making me realize we don't have any audio on this yet. Let's get a little audio. And here we go. We're going to start with the sealed deck building process. Take a look at these rares. There's 3 more that we don't know about because of the whole possibility of rares from lessons and from these, what do you call them? Mystical archive cards. D-Spark looks pretty good. Looks like a white-black just leaping out here, right? I mean, this rare is white-black. Both sides are white-black. Sparring Regimen is incredible. Poet's Quill is incredible, and D-Spark, super solid removal. It always trades up, but sometimes it's not what you need. Sometimes you are really getting hurt by something small, and you really wish you could kill it, and you can't. But in general, when you fire this thing off, it's so good. You're exiling something, and you're getting at least a 2-mana win on the mana differential. So yeah, white-black almost screams that like, we're done, we're going to go build white-black, and then maybe see if we're splashing something, but I just can't see how we're not playing white-black given these rares. But we also have 3 more rares we don't know about. It could be, you know, there's a start in red here. Maybe the other 3 rares are just stupid bombs in some red college. Let's find out, though. And there you go. There's an artifact of, you know, again, I helped design this this interface way back in the day, and we had certain caps on things that then of course Magic mucks with, right? Like we're like, okay, sealed is going to be 6 packs. There's a rare in each pack. Let's plan for showing 6 rares. Great. Guess what? This set's going to have 6 to 18 rares per pack. Like, oh well. So new plan, right? Anyway, let's go see what else we got in that rare slot. Do a little filtering. Rare and mythic. And we've got, what did we miss? This is new to us. We didn't see. This is colorless, so it's great. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, they may pay 2. If they don't, you may copy that. Okay, so it's just a tax on your opponent's instants and sorceries. You get to copy it. Great. And then the others, and for 5/5 for 4, that's a fine tack on, right? Just a little, the body is underwhelming, but this hyper annoying tax, especially for this format which is full of instants and sorceries. Then the other side, each player looks at the top 5 cards of their library and may reveal a land card or an instant or sorcery card from among them. Each player puts the cards they revealed this way into their hand. And so this is just, the Explore the Vast Land seems a little too balanced, like a little too fair. I don't think we're ever going to play Explore the Vast Lands unless desperate. Like, that's a desperate backside. We want to do the front side of Wandering Archaic as much as possible. Dual Land is one of our rares we didn't see that's not really where we're at. And then Calling Ritual. This has been pretty impressive against some of my decks, but obviously it's going to be kind of a strikeout home run card, right? If they are, if your opponent has a board loaded with targets for this, it can be a blowout, but it can also sit in your hand with not much to do. Yeah, nothing about the 3 rares we saw has changed my idea that we should really just start with a... the other thing I want to do, though, is see lands. I also want to look at our dual lands, and let's see. We went... the best way to do that was, like, land and ones that are common, right? So we only... Oh, well, there you go. It's the one we wanted. We only have 1 campus, but it's the one that matches... the colors we're expecting to be. And so now I'm just gonna... Oh, Guiding Voice is good. Oh, actually, we should also look at what our lessons are. I want to see lessons, because we got part of what's appealing about the black-white we've seen so far is the learn. We got several learns, but it doesn't matter if there's not lessons to be had. So let's see what our lessons are. Oops, not right. Type. That's right. I always forget. It's Oracle for learn and type for lesson. All right, Environmental Sciences says we could potentially splash. I'm on common. That's what I was like. I know we got more than that. Because we had that rare. So Inkling Summoning, great for our color pair. Environmental Sciences is going to be good, even if you're 2 color, but it's better if we're trying to splash. Introduction to Annihilation is good, and Spirit Summoning can be played in black-white. So really we have 4 appealing lessons, really 3 if we're only 2 color. We'll see if Environmental Sciences matters. So let's do that. Let's check that now. We're gonna go, not playing that. Might play, I don't think we're playing that. I'm gonna hold, and I'm gonna go white, black, and colorless, filter to that. Study Break is good. Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. Maybe. This is all maybes. Yep. Yes. Probably. Probably. Rip Apart. Quintorius suggests maybe if we do splash, we splash red. Oh yeah, I missed the Poet. I meant to include it. That's fine. Poet's fine. Just a 2-drop. Probably Zephyr Boots could make this cut. Are we playing this? I don't know how much target we have for that. We're definitely playing this. Might play that. Sealed. I'll put this in for now. Yeah, 3 researchers. We could go 3 color, although we are very close to just straight 2 color here. Oh yeah, Inkling should go to sideboard, you're right. Didn't mean for that to be main. Make your mark, let's see, what's our creature count here? This is only 11 creatures, so make your mark gets a little less impressive there. And maybe that's a sign of what we need to add, although you get what you get. Yeah, these make your mark and Beaming Defiance are both playable. They're just not super exciting, and they're definitely not exciting with our current creature count. Yeah, I mean, make your mark in a sense increases your creature count, but it still needs a creature to target, and we still have a lot. We're going to have our targets. It's just a little bit awkward. And we could main deck a summoning, but we have actually we have a lot of learn in the deck, and we need lessons to go get with it. I think if we main deck our good lessons, we're going to be really sad with what we get when we do some learning. You like Crushing Disappointment? Oh, sure. You know what? I actually saw this as Essence Infusion. Somehow I missed this. I think this is great. In fact, I think I might just put both of these in and call it a deck. Like, it's pretty spell heavy here, but this is sealed, and I really like Crushing Disappointment in sealed. Everybody seems pretty excited or interested in the fact that there are 3 blood researchers. Has this been really great for some people? I don't know. This has been fine, but I'm not looking at this going, 3 blood researchers? Black-green, duh! I'm like, yeah, if I was in black-green, I would run all 3 of these. But we can look at other colors too. We haven't even looked at the green. We can look at the green-black more holistically here, see what shows up in total in green-black. Tendrils is nice. Couple of field trips for the ramping. Got a bookworm. Possible this is a splash. We're talking about splashing. Blue-green doesn't feel on the table. I think we definitely need to be core white-black. We'll take a look at red next, but I want to start by understanding the green sitch. And I think we do, I think green looks interesting, but not better as a core than what I'm looking down here. But bookworm is definitely interesting as a possible splash. You think we splash white instead? Let me look at that too. If we splash white, we're getting rid of Pledge Mage. What do we lose? We lose early Guiding Voice potential, early Silver Quill Apprentice. Like the costs of splashing white end up being this early stuff. Yeah, it's 2 early learn cards that we are sad to lose. But what will we gain? We gain tendrils and colony and field trips to ramp and learn and bookworm. Although again, I think bookworm could be the splash. Like this is no problem splashing the bookworm. Then you get the blood researchers in. Splash quill? What do you mean? Or is there another quill that I'm missing? Like, what do you mean splash quill? That's just like main, right? Or is there a quill card I'm not seeing? Yeah. Yeah, vitality. I don't know. Like, it's a tough one. I might. Yeah, I'm not super concerned about our light creatureness. We've got lessons that give us creatures, and the black isn't amazing. Well, on a rare level, it's pretty amazing. The Poet's Quill is amazing. The D-Spark is excellent. The Lash is not on a rare level, excellent. I think you got to play to your power, though, and our rares are definitely where some of our power is in Sparring Regiment and Poet's Quill, so I'm never not running these. And so then the fundamental question is this... well, let's look at red, too. Let's get the full picture. Take a look at red. See if there's... Red just tends to be less interested in being a splash, because it's splashable stuff still tends to be earlier game. Like Heated Debate, sure, we could splash that, but it's still better early when 4 damage is killing everything in sight. But the Rip Apart's really appealing. Nice best of one security there. And Quintorius, pretty balmy if you can get going late and just start... Cogwork Archivisting, you're paying 2 per turn to make a 3/2. So I'm really, I think this is appealing. But I got to decide on something. I'm going to let chat decide, and I'll build whatever you want. I'm going to poll it, and because I don't want to decide, so I'm going to let chat decide. It's the easiest thing to do. I'm going to go 45 seconds. We do have the environmental sciences, it's true, so it's pretty easy to splash. But I think we are either black, white, splash, green. We are black, green, splash, white. So BWG or BGW, type carefully. Or I'm going to... Yeah, if you want white, black, splash, worm, you're saying BWG. And we can just not splash, but we do have the easy splash tool in environmental sciences and a lot of learn. So I almost think, like, at the very least, like, the lowest splash we would do is black, white, splashing bookworm. Like, I'm not gonna not at least splash the bookworm when we have the environmental sciences and a very splashable 8-drop. But if you think that we basically shouldn't splash, then you're kind of leaning black, white, green, and we do a very low splash. But if you think... so anyway, I feel like we have a lot of early learning that's going to provide us with an inkling summoning on as we need it, for example. And then I will just put other, like if you want to add red or do no splash, you're in the other camp, and we'll talk about other if other wins. But here you go. We have a tendrils. Tendrils do we have? Oh, devouring tendrils. Got it. I knew I was looking for the word tendrils to find the one I was missing. Black, white, splash, green is the winner for now, so we'll start there. And so then the question is, what all do we splash? Again, minimum bookworm. And I'm going to say, I'll do another poll. I don't know if a poll works for this. But I think I'll just go with my gut here on how to build from the green splash standpoint. Maybe we're not playing the Zephyr Boots. We're a little low on creatures. Although I'm a little nervous about our flying defense as well. I guess we have a Spectre, but we're not super duper up in the air or anything. Instant source that targets only. So I also want to see... Let's see what we have that's even targeting this positively. Study break targets up to. You could target only if you wanted to learn twice, right? Guiding voice is excellent for that. We're never wanting to despark, never wanting to expel. Don't want to. This is not a targeting of a spell. Yeah, really, there's not much going on for the golem, so I'm going to cut it, which is tough because we're already low on creatures, but I don't mind being low on creatures. I think we can handle it. Again, we have a lot of early learn, and we do have both of the 3-drop summoning spells, so we can go get ourselves some spells as needed. And where does this leave us? It leaves me with wanting one more card in these colors. Could just get more interaction, take the Devouring. But I do believe that's, again, it requires creatures out, which, while we need some of, I don't know if we want to count on that way. Need something, though. Maybe it's just a defense, a defiance. Sorry, I thought that said defense. I don't think we're doing this. Could do a make your mark. We may just try and make your mark, see if we can sneak that in. Again, low creature count, but we're expecting to have some. This doesn't care whether the creature is a token or not, so if we happen to make an inkling and then make your mark it, we do get a 3/2. Mike likes the golem anyway. Essence Infusion, where's that? Uh-oh, now I can't see anything. I'm going to go back in. Oh, yeah, Essence Infusion is that black card. That feels bad to me. Or it just feels like an aura. So bad is just not helpful language. It feels very situational and exposes me to too much 2-for-1 risk for my comfort. So that's not that, yeah, bad is less helpful than explaining why I don't think this has a good job in my deck. Go to 1 forest. Like that there. Do you have any bling redemptions? Nope. Rob wants the beaming. I'm not sold on that for this deck. And yeah, I'm not really doing the blood researcher thing here. If we do base black, green, splash white, we'll do blood researcher stuff, but you're not splashing blood researchers. That's just bad magic. You get that's not a splash card right here. That's a curve out card, and you don't splash your curve out cards. So I'm going to go with this for now. We're going to call this Bookish, Bookham Dano. Crushing Book. I don't know. There's a lot of writing here. We've got a Poet's Quill, we've got Silver Quill, we've got Bookworm. I'm trying to find a good write the book. How about just write the book? Or throw the book. Not the best name, but all your suggestions are just about as bad. So I'm going to go with this and let's start playing. Bunch of weak names today. Come on, let's face it. I think maybe yours are a little better than mine, though. Quilligan's Island is pretty funny. Let's just play some Magic, though. I did get some new memes added in. We'll see if they come up today. This has been the most memes I've been flooded with from any set. Between Duncan and Hat, both going ham and just, like, shoving memes at me. We also have some memes from a new contender that we'll see if any show up here. So we're gonna keep this, but little low on early action. But with Sparring Regimen, I'm not throwing this back. Yeah, we can switch up the deck for sure. Definitely going to give it a start here. But we can do a base black-green before the end and see how that plays. All right, well, we didn't get a turn 2 play that we're excited about. I mean, I could Guiding Voice the colony, but learning isn't that important. So we're just going to play a land and pass. And then we have Pledge Mage next turn. If it survives, we start to look in pretty decent shape going Pledge Mage into Regimen plus Guiding Voice. But this Pledge Mage has to survive first. We'll see if that happens. Nice play from Oppo, but I'm glad our Pledge Mage lives. It gives us a chance to race back. And Regimen lets you untap, so you basically have some effective vigilance with this as well. Although we've drawn an alternative play. Exile, creatures you control gain indestructible. That's fine, but not, you know, we don't need to play that now. We're not going to overprotect this board. So let's go ahead and Guiding Voice into Sparring Regimen. And we don't have our splash land yet, and we could use more land. So I think for here, we just take the Environmental Sciences and prepare for the Bookworm and move up in curve. You'd make an argument. We're low on creatures, so you can make an argument for the creature too, but we do have this one and this one right in waiting in the wings and more card draw soon, so I'm going to go with the Sciences. We also have 2 learnings here, so we can pick a different thing now. And for the second, Fractal Summoning could be a reason to have like 2 forests in case we get 2 green. But I like the flyer. Well, flyer with Regimen could start getting to the combat prof. So let's go ahead and take the summoning and attack. Strong start. But Oppo's got a strong start too. We'll see if this lasts. If we lose our Pledge Mage, it could all unravel here. Yeah, Sparring Regimen in our opening salvo of rares was the thing. Was like, okay, well, we're playing white. So by hook or by crook, we're playing white. We've got to play this Sparring Regimen. And now we can go Environmental Sciences, find Forest, play Summoning. We can start with an attack, though. Although, actually, I don't want to. I want to get First Strike going. Or this is already First Strike. I want to pump it, though, with this. And, yeah, if we're going to do Inkling Summoning, it doesn't matter which lands we leave, so this is fine. I want to get in the air. That's why, I mean, this does get you in the air if you're casting instants and sorceries, I suppose. But this is also known. Oppo knows about it. I just like the permanent air, because we can start attacking into combat. Professor really is where I'm on with that. And yeah, next turn, Wanderer. We just, Wandering Archaic just threatens, just taxes all their instants and sorceries in a way that makes it hard to come back from. A lot of land over here. They got all the colors in the world. Like literally white, blue, black, red, green. Full WUBRG on display. Cardboard Live is open. I even restarted it before streaming today, so try to give it maximum chance to work, but we'll see. Yeah, Squirrel has reach, so we might be trading the Inkling for the colony instead of the Prof, but I still think we send in. We can even play Selfless and decide maybe we want to trade the 2/3 for one of these. Yeah, too bad. Although they would have had the mana to pay. Ooh, we're close to Rising. That's going to be good when we get that going. Could even do Crushing Disappointment to try and find the land, but unlikely to 2-spell if we Crushing Disappointment. So I would rather... Oh yeah, you wanted to protect the yeah, it's all right though. It's all right. If we can get to Deadly Vanity, we kind of just win the game. Yeah, I think we do start, but I'm trying to decide if there's anything we need to do before attacking, and I don't think there is, so let's just start with an attack and offer up the Inkling. Yeah, I think it's that simple. Just attack with the flyer, offer trades, and then play the Archaic. Oh, they're offering both. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're a couple lands away from this getting big. I think we take the Prof down, if given the choice, for right now. They also might have minus... I was kind of expecting -4 there with that play, but we'll take that. And then drop the Archaic. Yeah, that's a great point. Prof providing Vigilance was making Expel not function the way we wanted. If we can find a land here, that would be great. Of course, now I'm going to get the Campus. It'll be tapped. I just want to cast this this Rise. Well, that's interesting. How far can we get on the Study Break? Let's see. We Study Break. We have another 3-drop. We can study. Well, it can't. Only have 2 white, so we can't get that third token maker. We can play the... Well, you probably play this... No, we're still 2 off. We cast this, find a land. We're only casting like a Study Break. Tap and exile. Yeah, we can... That's true. We can Study Break plus Expel. That's pretty useful, huh? And what if we go... I wonder if we need to kill Rutha. I mean... She's scary as heck, but they've only got 1 card. Interesting spot. Interesting spot. But I like what Pablo's saying. Yes, they don't have a good Rutha right now, but... a good Rutha is how they could win this game. So let's take introduction here. I wanted to choose what they could block with there with that play. Fenrir's not worried about Ruthie. I'm kind of with Pablo. I'm not worried about these two. I'm worried about Ruthie as the means by which they come back, even though it is very expensive with the Archaic. But with Rise and Introduction behind, I think we're in very good shape here. So, you know, if you're in very good shape, play to the long shot thing that could actually, you could come up with some scenarios that might beat you. And then here, rising first, since it's sorcery. And get rid of this mortality spear. I got to remember the rummage side of learn, because we might start wanting to rummage instead. That's kind of our last good lesson. There you go. Oh, this is reminding me, I think I have my my emotes on. I gotta turn that off. I don't think I played a single game of limited magic this weekend, by the way. I played until I won a couple of times on this account, on the main account, so that I wasn't leaving too much gold on the table for my main account, but I did not. I played a couple of quick standard matches on my main account, nothing on my side accounts, and for like the first time in a long time, played 0 limited magic over my weekend. I'm never gonna, my phone is my phone is too small for my old eyes in the best of circumstances, much less trying to play magic on it. There's no way. I have a iPhone SE or whatever. It's like it's a small phone compared to what's going out there in the world these days. Last coffee sip. Surprised it's taking this long to find someone to battle with at 1-0. That looks just fine. Silver Quill Apprentice into Lash of Malice plus Study Break or Cram Session on 3 seems excellent. Like Cram Session will be our play. Well, we could just play this 3-drop. Yeah, let's do that instead. New plan. I could have attacked first, but they were never blocking. Might as well. Although I did need to exile it. Like, I don't know. I don't think we have any, you know, raise dead type effects. I kind of did that arbitrarily as like might as well. But there's reason to say, I want it in the graveyard, not in exile. We are going to Cram Session for the Land Finder here, since that will allow us to max mana. No, we don't. I don't think we have any. the squad.
What will be, will be. Será, será.
Interesting spot here. We have 5 mana. We could just drop the Archaic. But we have Lash of Malice. We could get rid of the Spiteful Squad, get in for 3, and then Study Break them on the other side. Or we could just take a turn off, Wandering Archaic, and kind of do all that stuff next turn. Yeah, let's do that, right? Let's go ahead and play our 5, take a turn off from the beats, and set up for a nice turn next turn. You like the attack? I didn't want to make that trade yet. I don't think I wanted that trade. Well, that's interesting too. Magecraft for some life gain. Really, that's just a big guy. But I think we should Study Break. Get in, Study Break these two, just get in and cast something off the Study Break. What do we got that we're happy about? 4 mana. I guess we can do Inkling, or we can't do the double white token. We can just go get removal for the air. Lash is interesting. We kind of need to lash the squad. You like Study Break into Inkling and Lash. I kind of feel like we want the Annihilation to get whatever gets the counters from the squad, though. That's what I was thinking. But Mike, you like Study Break these two, kill the squad, and then cast an Inkling? I think I like... Yeah, you just want to put these down? Well, I don't remember my line anymore. What was my line? Swim down? I got to do something. I'm going to lash. I'm going to go lash this. I got to do something here, so we're going to do it. And I'm going to get my Introduction to Annihilation. I think that's what we need more than the Inkling here. Uh-oh. Well, that stinks. However... we can annihilate this and offer a trade on every other axis. So I like that. And then we do have a Pledge Mage behind. Anyway, we can, like... win here. You don't like sending the Archaic? Yeah, we can make him at least pay for that Doomblade, huh? We gotta get rid of this Spectre, though. I mean, if we send this and they trade off for it, we're fine with that, because they can't Doomblade this or this, so I think we just send everything. Yeah, that's what Hat came to. I mean, they don't get taxed now, but they don't have a target for the Doomblade, so let's see how that goes. Well, now we're a bit stonewalled as we look for further action in the deck, but we'll play the Pledge Mage and hold. I mean, we could send this an offer. What are we offering for, though? Like, just the Inkling? I don't like offering the trade here. No. Why are we offering a trade here? Bookworm. We have a Bookworm in the deck. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Then they can't double block the Pledge Mage. If we assume this is a blank, well, I also don't really care if they double block this, though. That's fine as well, right? So now I should have sent before I played the Pledge Mage, I guess. But yeah, I am willing to trade Pledge Mage for the Witch and the Inkling and keep a Apprentice alive, right? So let's just do it. We also have a Campus Scry before we untap as well. So should have done this before, letting them know we had a Pledge Mage coming. Just the little things that I often don't optimize here, just mentioning it at least. I don't want to forget this, but I also want to get max information. There's a part of me that just wants to scry while I remember, but I gotta try and be a grown-up and actually just remember to scry, like now, when you're supposed to. Also, I should put this here in case we want to upkeep scry. We'll decide here. It's often math-based, so if we upkeep scry, we only have 3 left over. Are there 3 drops in our deck we're looking to find to win the game off of? Like, D-Spark doesn't get this. Poet's Quill would be good. Make Your Mark, Guiding Voice, fine. Expel, not doing much. Sparring Regimen would be good. I guess a lot of our deck is castable after we would yeah, so I'm actually going to do it. I think there's a lot of outs to action we're interested in here, but I want to do it. It's not going to be a Bookworm, so I'm going to go full control and pay myself. Let's see, anything double black or double white in that stuff. Pledge Mages, or double white is possible, so we'll do this. Expel doesn't really do it. Crazily, it's just not what we want right now. I'm going to bin it. Crushing Disappointment is 1 off from castability, but I like that for next turn. It gets them, you know, lose 2 life could really matter here, and we're going to send both. You like 5/5 alone? Why aren't you happy with this trade? Especially with Crushing Disappointment? I suppose so. You're worried about that, but they can't. I'll just send. I'm going to do the mic line here, but I'm not sure we shouldn't have just sent that in. I was just out of hourglasses though, so I went with the mic line, figuring it's not going to be that far off from optimal. But yeah, any spell. There you go, Mike with the smarts. We're going to have to sack this though. Looks like it wouldn't have really mattered because we end up. I guess if we sent in, they could have made a flyer instead and still gotten to eat that. So good call, Mike. I tend to not play around like the one random card that they had to have drawn or whatever, but no, it can be real. I think I need to go ahead and do this pre, so we might find something that we want to cast for combat. So I'm gonna go ahead and cast this. Again, we don't need the green because it's for a Bookworm we wouldn't be able to cast anyway, so I'm gonna use that for mana here and see what we find. Could Guiding Voice and Lorehold and You say voice but not pledge mage? Well, let's start with the voice anyway for sure. Yeah, Laurel pledge mage is fine. I like just making it bigger. Yeah, the Doomblade we can keep playing around, and Inkling Summoning does that. D-Spark, you say? Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to pay our life and hope this isn't something that stops us from winning target game. Do Inklings make the horse sound? I don't know what makes the horse sound, but that seems like a weird thing to make a horse sound. Only attack with Inkling because you don't want to give him life. Why don't we? What are we playing around? Swim down. You think they can go like? Yeah. If you can tell me what we're playing around, I would hold this back. But I don't know what we're playing around because even if they gain life, we still get them with the 2, right? Like if what I hear is like maybe they make a chump blocker and gain a life. G-Guards, thank you. 11 months of subs from G-Guards. Thank you, Garrett. Fellow streamer. We like to raid Garrett. Garrett's plays in a lot of our gauntlets on Fridays. Thank you, Garrett. So they did find something to survive, but we're going to keep putting the pressure on here. Really don't want to play the Pledge Mage and just give them a free pest. Going to hope that they draw a land, and I didn't notice their scry though. We should gonna upkeep or scry before upkeep, and I'll put an upkeep stop for us in case we want to do it again. Are you kidding me with this? Are you kidding me? I think this card is, as I said, I don't like it. I think it's too high risk. I want to punish Oppo for playing it. I'm going to go ahead and, oops, scry again. Crushing Disappointment we'll keep. Yep, look at me swinging first. We knew they were going to block. Of course, yes, if they don't block by some miracle, then we just win, but we knew they were going to block. Crushing Disappointment is an instant. They're not playing blue. I'm actually just going to wait till the end of their turn. My reputation precedes me. All of chat screaming swing first. You're funny. How to know your leaks when all of chat choruses the same advice at the same time. Oh, that's bold. That's bold. Let's go deal 2, find removal, remove, and win. I knew I was too late there, but we'll take the Quill. Is that just GG? Is that just G guards? Let's see. We do this. We find the Annihilate and win. Oh, we already used the Annihilate. Never mind. So I need to go... we can do Spirit Summoning and still cast it. Well, they have Doomblade. That's what we know. Yeah, let's rummage the 2/2. That's clearly the choice here. I thought we still had our Annihilation, but we already used it. So let's go to our hand and rummage that. There we go. That works too. Kind of just doing this and... Now what do we do, though? Do we take something that we can't... I guess we take the summoning, but rummage what? Oh, you want to rummage the Archivist? Like, I actually kind of want the Archivist. Yeah, it's true. Doomblade kills it anyway, right? It's fine. So we'll do that. We don't want him to cast spells anyway. We could decline, but I like just giving him no Doomblade targets. Right? Oop. But Doomblade's not just a 1-for-1. Doomblade actually gives them another stupid darn pest. Like, it's not nothing. But they don't have to block with the 5/4 if they make pests, right? So hold. Yeah, I could have declined, but we might have found some. But there's things in our deck that actually like help. So I mean, we draw Rise, we win. You know, I just was like fine to be digging for something we actually care about. But let's start with an attack here, and then Spectre. And I could sandbag a land. I'm not gonna. Just gonna keep playing out land. There we go. Well, some disagreements about what the optimal path to that win was, but we did get there. Like, yeah, I don't know, holding on, I guess you hold on to, like, I don't know, we hold on to the thing that gets easily Doombladed so that we eat the Doomblade and then the next thing we get counts. I don't know. I like just digging to the spells that are answers for us, but I'm not sure. Buckeyes wondering if we like do we like Strixhaven more than Kaldheim? I don't know. Kaldheim Sealed was pretty good. This one's all right. You can keep this. A couple of Pledge Mages giving us something to do by 3. Buckets, yeah, sorry. We have somebody else here who's Buckeyes, so when I see your name, it triggers my association with actual Buckeye. Sorry for the misnamed sometimes. You're in an uncanny valley next to our actual Buckeye. Also, it's not buckets. It's Buck E7s. That's what it says. I know some English, and that's what it says. Let's offer up a... Oh, you can play Pledge Mage. That can attack through a Drake at least. Hat says I'm old enough to 1337 SP33K. I don't know what he's talking about. Regimen, nice to see, but it's gonna just, we're gonna have to chew through this first. I'm gonna start with a Pledge Mage, we'll regimen it, and then we can even start with this, I suppose, but I have hope, you know, we could even potentially cast Deadly Vanity at some point in this game, but I'm gonna play Pledge Mage now. Maybe they'll send the Drake, figuring that they got the ground shored up, but they might be worried that we get flying. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and learn Go Fetch Land Finding since we're short on land, and we have the Bookworm that we need to fix for. And then we'll offer up the Pledge Mage, and probably it just trades for the Drake, but that's okay. Something's got to trade for the Drake, basically. Would like a natural non-campus land off the top that we can just play and... well, it needs to be a swamp, I guess. So swamp off the top for the Pledge Mage or forest. But if not, we do have environmental sciences fallback plus selfless. Yeah, wait a turn, swing with life gain. I don't know. I'm just on get it going. Although I think here we get environmental sciences and we just expel this while we have a reasonable expel situation. Mana to stop it. Let's see what they got. Nope. There's a pause here, though. I'm curious if Oppo will do something before untapping. No. What does that mean? Pausing and not using. Could be -4, -0 learn. Trying to think of things that are instant speed that they would have chosen not to cast there, and that comes to mind. We could Crushing Disappointment to make sure we hit our land drop this turn so we can rise next turn, but Pledge Mage is a 5/5 that eats the 4/4, so let's just throw that out and see how it works. Make him have it. Huh. So they chose not to counter... What? They chose not to counter the Expel? Is that what happened? Not sure. Well, our mana is being really annoying right now. We're going to have to take a big smack here from our own spell to hit the land drops to not die to this situation. We could just play the selfless Glyph Weaver, but then what? We threaten a block on this dude, but this one gets in cleanly anyway. And this is really just a 2/3 with no abilities, with no other creatures out. So as disappointing as it is, we're gonna cast Crushing Disappointment with, like, what are some 2-drops that we can do even? I should look at that. Study Break Lash. I guess Lash. I'll keep up Lash. Oh. Why did it do that? What? Oh my god, F you. Wow. Oh, there's only... But why didn't it use green? I know, but I tapped green manually. Why did it not use... I know, but why didn't it use my green? Did I not... Oh, I thought I tapped green. I was trying to tap green because I knew I couldn't use it. If I didn't tap green, it's that I misclicked. But why did it tap white then? Why did it leave me with mana left? That's what I don't understand. If I successfully tapped green and then cast a 4-drop, why did it leave me with white mana? I tapped it? I must be nuts. I'm going crazy, gang. Sorry. Are we going to try and get this happening? That would be cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're close. We're almost to 8. So let's try and make it to this. See if we can survive. And we do that by... we could play Rise and get rid of this and be looking at lethal. Boo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I see what you're saying. Yeah. I understand how I screwed up now. But doesn't mean... We got to figure out what to do here. Let's focus on this. Do we have any outs at all? Yeah, I guess that's all we've got. Rise, Rummage to Lash, right? No, the Rise and Rummage... Now look at me tapping things correctly here. We do these, we Rummage, we find Lash, and we can hold out. Ah, we found Study Break, but didn't have the mana for it. Too bad. Ah, 1 mana away from doing our Super Duper, too. Good line, though. Buckeye. Anybody who had the Rise, Rummage to try and find the Lash had the 1 line we had to survive. Yeah, if we had to cast that for no, like, but is it one of my creatures? Maybe I need to look. Maybe I need to read my own card here. Would that not have been an out? I thought we could at least choose one of theirs, right? Yeah, so we could have chose their smallest one and at least had a mostly Wrath. But I think that probably still would have killed us, given the damage we were going to take that turn. So it looks like we didn't really have an out to that particular spell. It's a clever design, though. It makes it worse, but it does say, look, you can't just run this in a pure control shell. Like, you can't... This is not going to do what you want it to do unless you actually commit to some creatures. All right, a little slow, but we're going to keep on the strength of the mana and some of the cards in hand. But yeah, this is a little slow. And this is the problem with Make Your Mark in a creature light deck. We are not only creature light, but, you know, some of our creatures are more expensive. So when does this happen? I don't know. Yeah, Bookworm would have been our answer there, right? To survive the turn. And then we can untap and save the Bookworm. Yeah, it could have been... I think that would have worked. That would have been good. I'm not saying it would be overpowered if they didn't have that clause, but it's an interesting design choice at the very least, that's the power level they wanted. Boy, nothing going until turn 4, but looks like we're not being super punished by our opponent, and we have the play, so they're doing some wheel spinning as well. Better wheel spinning than us. We're just doing nothing. They're at least improving card quality. Quill is nice. Maybe a turn late there, Quill. Could have used you for the learning last turn, but we're going to go with Spectre here. We'll hold on Quill. Kind of expected it to die with their untapped mana. Glad it didn't. A lot of instant speed red cards that would kill this thing at common and uncommon. There you go. That's a sorcery speed one, though. I'm just going to keep throwing creatures out. This is a nice one. If you want to stop this, you got to pay extra. Or we get to copy it anyway. Right now, copying a removal spell wouldn't do anything for us, so it's kind of free for Gerwin to kill it now. Or rather, the tax won't impact our opponent. Quill into environmental sciences on empty board turn 4. Spectre doesn't seem great. I mean, Spectre seems better than that line to me. We're going to have Expel up and Despark and Expel both operate at instant speed. So if we Poet's Quill, though, we telegraph that we have something for the Flame Painter, so I don't know about that. About showing them this, but I also don't like not using up all the mana that we could. Although we also have Expel plus Despark, which would be pretty good. We could Expel something and Despark their next play. I think we do that. Pablo says Quill equip Despark and then just don't worry about the Expel for now. That's fair. I just love using Expel when you have a good window to. Maybe I'm clinging to the Expel, though. That's reasonable. Sure, we'll take the Pablo line. And what do we want? I'm going to get a summoning. This is taking a little more time than I wanted to, but I think we ended up at the right place. And yeah, if we're going to despark it, let's despark it with only the one available. Thought it would attack first, and then if they had something like God's Willing, maybe you would see that, but... All right. Yeah, God's Willing would have been rough because they would rip apart our Quill. That would have been the part that stunk the most. But then, I don't know, we'd have a pretty decent spot after that. I don't know what these, a lot of cards here, though, so who knows. So copy, and if we copy this, target spell or permanent with mana winner value to its owner's hand, we could just return Poet if we wanted to relearn. It's not that expensive to relearn. Oh, that's true. I can divide their divide, sure. I like it. That's funny. And we get to learn as well. Like, that's just bonus. Let's get the other summoning. I thought I turned this off. I don't want to hear from you. There we go. And I like a summoning. I could Guiding Voice on the Archaic to increase damage right now, but I'd rather have the token on the flyer. So I'm going to do this. And then we have Make Your Mark. You say swing first. I guess it doesn't really matter. You like swing and summon? Fair enough. Here's what I'm doing, though. I like, I mean, Introduction to Annihilation gives them some real problems. Yeah, I'm going to get intro. And we have Make Your Mark up, which I like as well. Any color rankings yet? Great question, East. I still feel like, you know, I had some success with Lorehold, but it's probably my lowest on the list just because it seems tough to get to work properly. If you're talking sealed, though, I mean, I don't have anything for sealed. I think Luis's breakdown on sealed for LR was great. If you haven't listened to this week's Limited Resources, Luis has got you covered. A lot of what I'm thinking about today is inspired from Luis on LR, but in draft, I'm Lorehold's my least favorite, but I'll still draft it if it's the open lane. I'm still on open lane. I'm still on pick the best cards early and do your very, very best to find yourself a school that nobody else is drafting. Spirit Summoning would have put lethal on board. That's fair, but I mean, I liked having Make Your Mark up. I really did. Yes, maybe lethal on board would be a little better, but also there is something to be said for having, what, you got removal? Guess what? You don't have removal. That's a really nice option. So they're doing this again. Did they pay? They haven't paid yet, right? So they paid to prevent that. So then this bounces back. Is this why you wanted to move the quill? That's all right. It also makes sure that we have mana to do everything we want after. I guess we could have moved it and still recast this, though. That's fair. I still like holding the Make Your Mark up, though. We'll re-equip this next turn. That's a good one, because Make Your Mark doesn't respond. Two introductions to Prophecy. Those are going to be pretty clunky. It's going to really help them with the card quality, but pretty clunky. And we're just going to go Archaic. And here we go. So I could hook up the Quill, but I'm going to prepare for removal and hold up the Make Your Mark still. And there you go. So first we make them pay, right? And then we can still respond. Oh, they don't need to copy because they don't have anything. Creature or planeswalker, so we're going to decline. But we're going to make your mark. Got 7 in the air right now. Not lethal, or not in the air. 7 with the quill equipped. So, interesting. We can go... We can get in for 4, 5, 6. That's not 10. We can just annihilate this, let them draw, and what do we get? We have 2 left over, so we can still equip the quill. Yeah, I'm down for that. Now we are 1 attack and a crushing disappointment away from win. Yeah, if this gets through, it's just a win on its own. But assuming they can stop this, this plus this is also a win. Or this is, you know, both are lethal. Let's just say that. Let's see if they can handle both creatures. Wow, they found it. They found an out. Can you believe it? Well, I guess we start with... Well, we'll start with summoning. Summoning and disappointment leaves us with 1 mana. So, yeah, I'm going to... I guess I start with disappointment then. I just don't want to... I kind of wanted to not let them know about it, but it might change what we cast here, so I really should play the disappointment. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's just play the Spirit Summoning, and then we have Deadly Vanity now as an excellent spell to hold in reserve. Oppo doing a great job of staying alive here. We're putting a lot of pressure on Oppo with a lot of tough spells. They made 1 stumble. Trying to divide by 0 our Wandering Archaic. That didn't work out well for him. Oh, I missed that. I was looking at that, and I didn't see if they scried top or bottom there, but... Gotta be in somewhat desperation mode here. They did not do an introduction to Prophecy. But we just have this. Let's just see if they can stop this. I'll take it. I will take it. I'm sure I missed one of your new memes here. Hold on a second. I feel there's so many memes for me to track. I'm losing track of it, and I did a bunch of new ones and wanted to share one for you. So this is, let's see, who did this one though? This is from Matt Wright. Thanks, Matt.
Oh, you guys made me eat.
That's Matt. Thanks, Prof. Let's see, did I miss anything else? Look at my new stuff. No, that never happened. That never happened. Well, I could do that one at some point. Yeah, those I just didn't see those crushing disappointments early on in the deck build, and then once somebody pointed them out to me, I was like, oh yeah, sweet, great. Look, our deck is filled out. Those are great, I think, in sealed, where you're looking to win a long game attrition war more often. Yeah, Crushing Disappointment is well positioned in both of its colleges, I think. True likes it in Silver Quill, but there's so much life gain in Witherbloom that it also has a nice home there as well. All right, we'll keep this. Very nice hand. Needs a little bit of creature action, but that's something we've been facing the whole time. We can get one of our Inklings or one of our creature spells off of one of these learn spells. Probably we'll get the Inkling. We can't cast the white-red Pledge Mage right now anyway. Yep, I agree. We'll start with a Cran and get the summoning. Pledge Mage showed up, so we could do that instead of the summoning. And then, although if next turn we're tending to Poet's Quill equip, it's not going to fly. And this flies already, right? So if we're looking to equip this next turn, we should just stick with the Inkling. And yeah, I'm going to do that. And give you your new meme. At the right time for once.
Oh, you guys made me eat.
Ugh. I hate it when my opponent takes two bad cards and makes them reasonable. Star Pupil I don't like at all, and Essence Infusion I don't like at all, but they're combining to do some work here. I'm going to let this happen, though, and we're going to go for some lifelink back the other way. Yeah, 3-color aggro sealed definitely lives up to the Sergeant Random username. Yeah, I think part of it is disguising our bomb, like not letting Oppo know that they're about to race a Poet's Quill. One red mana causing a pause. Could be Lightning Bolt, could be Shock, could be that that learn spell that's a single red, right? Isn't that an instant? Anyway. Yeah, it could be the mark. Yep, we've got one of those. What do we want from here, though? Introduction to Annihilation, just another spirit, another summoning. We can cast that now, at least. It's reasonable on the ground. Probably just another summoning. Mike wants Environmental Sciences. Why? I mean, we're doing okay on land. I'm going to get more dudes. Yeah, that's my plan. Well, they didn't snap that off with the attempted equip. Although, of course, if they have Lightning Bolt or Shock, they'll do it after we start attacking anyway. We'll find out now. Must be Dispute, right? Because Shock or Bolt, they would snap that off. Yeah, or make your Mark or Dispute seem like the possibilities here. So current plan is just to keep cracking with a 3/2 lifelinker in the air until they do something about it. And they do something about it immediately. All right, we're going to go for Witherbloom Pledge Mage and hope it's enough to hold the ground. And if it is Mark, I guess they get, well, only Eager First Year gets the bonus. So neither of these two with Mark actually gets through the Pledge Mage. Is this an ouch? I don't know. This isn't too bad for us right now. And this is not a bad draw. We've got options now. We can rise. We have a 2 spell here. We can 1 spell and equip. We could Crushing Disappointment and equip. Kind of like equipping and then sending in. And then if they do a thing where they star Pupil and throw the counters somewhere, then we rise whatever they star. So I bet they go for a trade here, and then they look to put the star Pupil counters on something. I'm going to make although we can't equip and do rise, right? So maybe I need to hold off on that play for now. And we could go, yeah, kind of more bodies is starting to make sense to me. Just even double spelling creatures. Oh, to the command. Gotcha. I'm going to go double creature. I like that play. We get some life back here. Really get the board filled up a bit. And then have a lot to do next turn. Still worried about this dispute. If there's an academic dispute, we could be forced to block. But maybe it's just the make the mark. I'm not sure. So now I like potentially exiling the Combat Professor to get the Pledge Mage in. But if they put this on something like the Pupil and then attack, well, that doesn't... What do you... Oh, because of flying. Sure. Good call, Oppo. But that does make me want to get rid of this Combat Professor. Could also just send in the Pledge Mage with lifelink. Yeah, could just drop this and see if this takes control, says Mike. Do you like that, Mike? I'm a little nervous putting our fate into 1 creature that they could remove, but they're down to 1 card, and we don't think that it's any straight removal because we think it's a mark or something like that. So yeah, okay, fine. I'll add to the board more again. Pause, still in effect, does really seem like it's the mark. I'm going to say no attacks, though, and continue to try to set up for a big turn coming up. Well... All right, so this suggests they're willing to trade the Pupil to get counters on one of the flyers. We're going to try getting rid of the Combat Prof, and we're going to block the Star Pupil as well. We want these counters to go somewhere so we can rise wherever they put it. Question is, do we want to assume a chump attack and block with a Pledge Mage, or just block with like the 3/2 and offer a trade? That's my question, whether or not we risk this or not. But I think we just are willing to accept this and we keep the Pledge Mage around. I'm worried that Well, we'll see. Let's see what they've got. Let's see what they've got. We don't know what's going to happen after this combat in terms of the flying anymore. You know, yeah, I'm going to do it this way. Show me what you got, Oppo. Was this a secret reach situation? Maybe they didn't see the reach. That's always possible. I just assumed Oppo knew, but the pause here makes me think maybe they thought both flyers were getting through. D-Spark, no good against the board currently, but this Rise is going to be fine. We can take that out, although... Do we want... You just want to take out the 5/5. I'm a little nervous being at 6, but they are down to 1, so let's do it. Yeah. And we'll get rid of their command. Kind of like giving the Pledge Mage lifelink and just swinging and saying you want to trade. Sure feels like this is the Mark card, right? Now here, I guess Annihilation is what we want. Get more removal. Gannett, this set has been a little confounding. I can't explain why I'm doing how I'm doing in any given circumstance. I think we send this to... We feel like they have a Mark here. This is going to get us lifelink. We're going to be at 10. This is safe. Maybe they get us... It just feels like this is going to give them a 3-2 at some point. Is this finally where we learn that it is indeed the Mark? It is. Make your mark. We've been waiting for that all game. Playing around it all game. I'm not going to use Introduction to Annihilation just to get rid of a 3-2. We're just going to equip up, attack, and then disappoint at the end of their turn. This is sorcery, so we don't have that, but we do have both of these depending on what they do. That thing. Is this like the winningest uncommon in opening hand, I think? Like, Killian is just up there with the rares and mythics if you get it in your opener. Or at least it was last time I checked 17 lands. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, Hunter. I'm definitely enjoying this set, but I have no idea what I'm doing right or wrong. I'm just playing, I'm doing things I think are okay, and I can't connect my results to my decisions very well. That's enough for Oppo. Yeah, 7th overall win rate in opening hand, and it's an uncommon. That says something right there.
Bender, honey, we love you.
Shut up, baby, I know it.
Little victory celebration there from Hat. So there was a close vote to go black, green, splash, white. We could take a look at that build, but maybe I'll if we get a second loss, we'll try out that build. Professor of Symbology, is that the 2/1 learn? It's a keeper. Yipe. Like to try and punish this by killing their land, but not going to happen here. We might study break and decide what to do there. We do have sparring regimen coming as well. Probably need to study break and get like inkling summoning, and so that sparring regimen has something to do. I guess I could do study break on upkeep if we're like really worried about them. Yeah, that's true. I should have done it. It's too late now, but the reason to do it on upkeep is to not give them main phase land. Good call. Yep. Although it looks like they're giving us a chance to do it anyway. So didn't get punished for failing to set the stop, but absolutely should have done this on upkeep. And what do we want? I think I do want the Inkling summoning. I want a creature to get up in the air. Although we do have sparring regimen. Like we do have the Selfless Glyph Weaver that we could sparring regimen with. So we don't need, like we could just get the Environmental Sciences, make sure we don't miss land drops because we're running out of those. So that's what I'm debating between the summoning versus the sciences. Yeah, that's true. We do have another learn coming right up, so I'll go ahead and take the summoning. And if we need to, if we don't find any more land, we can get more with the sciences or with the sparring regimen. Good call. Poet's Quill could be another way for us to get that action. I'm going to go ahead and do the summoning, Inkling summoning here. The Pledge Mage gets out of hand quickly, but we have Expel after it attacks to do that. So let's start here. They made me ink. Boo. Well, interesting. But I just like Expel here. Getting rid of this Pledge Mage while we can. If I could, like, maybe we could Guiding Voice and play the Land Finder, but we'd have to give a counter over here. I'm just not going to do that. We're just going to Expel now and see if we can find some natural land off the top. And if not, we'll Poet's Quill or Regimen to go get our sciences. But I'm going to hold back some damage here. We got one of those. Welp. Gonna have to start playing around that. And it's instant or sorcery though, right? All right, so at least we get Poet's Quill, and we could even give them, Poet's Quill and give them a land, although they're look to be stuck on, well, this is their island, I guess, but they're on, they're stuck on lands enough that I'm not sure I want to give them a free land search. But gonna have to pay for something here. So yeah. I'm gonna Quill and C. We can also just Regiment and C. If we're not casting the Land Finder, I don't know if I should even play this. Yeah, fetch Sciences and save it. Then we can pay to deny them next turn. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, that's interesting, the backside of Ascetic. I barely even see that, but maybe that's something to consider. Or the Archaic. Each player looks at the top 5, may reveal a land card or an instant or sorcery card among them. Each player puts the cards they reveal this way to their hand. It still seems like... That'd be funny. Be funny, but it's hard to help Bombastic here get back into it with spells. How are we going to get back into it, though, without? Yeah, we're in serious trouble. We just got a little stuck on land, and that's going to cost us big time. And the Archaic that we have is now hurting us over there. I don't see a way out of this effectively, gang. So we got to start by giving them some land, I suppose. So we Environmental Sciences, find a Plains, and play a Pledge Mage and try to trade off for a 3/3. I mean, we're like, we are so basically dead here, right? But this is what we've got. Let's give it a try. No, of course they get it. Yeah, this is so bad for us. Like, there is no out here. I mean, we had to let them get land, but I forgot they would give them a counter. I mean, that's so bad for us. So bad. Because, like, part of my plan was to trade for this thing, and now we can't even do that. Yeah, not spending that 2 mana is certainly coming back to hurt me now. But we were in a pretty bad way anyway. Yeah, there's nothing here for us. Let's see, anything that can be done. 5 mana, not really. We're just going to move on here. Regiment and Equip, like, to what end? We're just dead. There's too much. I mean, Regiment and Equip, we get 7, and I think we're still just dead to the backswing. Or we get 8. We go Equip, we get 4, and then we get 5. Yeah, so we'd be at 8 with a 5/3 lifelinker. Yeah, maybe I should have stuck it out a little more, but I just, like, then they attack with all. We have to trade off there. We maybe stay alive, but then we've got an empty board to their 3 creatures and near dead. I don't think there was a line to get out there, but Mike did have a line to survive a turn. All right, I said I was going to take a look at the alternate build if we took a second loss, which we have done. I'm willing to take a look. Good game, Lex. A little stuck on land there and could not stabilize. Well done. I know, that's but Raholi, we're talking. So I attack in, I get back up to 8 life, and then I have a 5 power lifelinker on defense. So we got a virtual 13 life, but then they have so much large wideness there. We're priced into trading the attack after that. So that does get us to the 13, but then 3 other creatures make it through, like for 10 points. So then we have no creatures, an unequipped Quill, 3 or 4 life, and 3 opposing creatures of power 4, 4, and 2. Like, there. So yes, again, we could have found a line to survive a turn, but unless it got us to our sweeper, there was no line from there. Anyway, let's take a look at Splash White instead. Kind of giving up early white and instead making it more splashy. Probably means cutting the Pledge Mage entirely and then getting more green in as the baseline color. So we would definitely play Tendrils, both field trips. We like these researchers in that build, the Vitality. Probably these Groffs. Oh yeah, I missed the Squirrel Solid. Sorry, that definitely gets in there. Definitely have more options. I mean, there's a deeper bench here. This has some applications, but it's tough to use. It's not always great. It's not like some easy slam dunk play. But we could cut 3 from this. I like the Expel, though. You want Regimen only. Glyph Weaver should be played just because the backside matters. 8 mana is not unachievable here. Like, the Deadly Vanity is real. D-Spark, like... Let me get into the deck building view. So this is the no-brainer splash, right? This is the question mark splashes. I'm still not on Essence Infusion. I'm never going to play that card. I don't think I'm ever going to cast Essence Infusion. Maybe you can come up with some Counters Matter deck where I finally begrudgingly play it, but card seems bad to me. So I do want to keep this. Could cut the Expel, but I also like I want the Dispark as well. At least that one. Yeah, we have good avenues to get the mana to cast our flip side of this thing. And where does this put us? 13, 12. This is here. This is here. Tough cuts. I guess we could cut an Archivist out of this one. This was fine, but nothing amazing. And I mean, it got Oppo with Secret Reach. But I think we can let that go. With double field trip, you could make an argument, and best of one, we could make an argument to cut a land, because we do also have lessons to go find land. So between 2 field trips and environmental sciences, 16 could be okay here. What do you think of that? You like 16 or cut something? 12, 12. What land are we cutting? I don't like going below 8 sources of our 2 main colors is one of the problems here. Yeah, it's true. This is a 100% play card, right? Prepare for your Archaics. All right, very close, very close. What's my final cut? I think right. Yeah, we could cut a draw too, but they're pretty darn good and sealed is the thing. I was looking at that though, Tron. Maybe I got to give one of those up. Poet also pretty medium. That's fair, but it's a 2. I do like being on board. I think I'm going to keep the Poet, but it's not a bad call either. I'll cut the Disappointment since I was close on that anyway. I want to get back to playing. The 3/3 trample lifers, yeah, they have a... I suppose with the triple blood researchers, you could make a case for them. They tend to be pretty underwhelming. Of course, we are here with our splash card and 8-drop, but I'm going to keep this. We have a 3-drop, and we have lots of ways to find our splash, and this is just a bomb, so I'm going to keep. But we could take, if we win this and have another game to play, we can talk about whether or not to bring in the Trample Lifelink 4-drop to work with our blood researchers. Well, this is where things just get dumb. We talked about Ink Duelist in opening hand being one of the most powerful plays in the format, and Oppo has it. We'll see if we can overcome it. I mean, this starts. It just makes removal absurd. Like the, yeah, look at that. Now Lash. Oh my goodness. So much for adjusting this deck. This deck will not be adjusted because this is our last game with it. Lash was discounted, that didn't matter, but if they had, the point is if they'd had 3-drop removal, they could have cast it there, you know? Yeah, Hammer, the sick combo with Killian is Killian and 4 mana the Exile. 6, you know, the Exile Learn, black, white, 6 mana hybrid. How about that at 4 mana? Exile your opponent's best creature and learn. Seems all right. Seems all right. Yeah. Really, plan A now is 2 more lands and Deadly Vanity. That's our plan. And somehow surviving until then. Some field trips would be nice. Field trip into environmental sciences to get to 8. And Silver Quill Command. Geez, Oppo, how did you decide what colors to play? We'll sack the Poet. Not yet. I got through. Geez, I had about 15 more memes that haven't been added that I could have looked, that I was looking through this weekend, and I didn't make it through all 15, unfortunately. So now what? Are we like chumping here? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, we're so dead, right? But we have to take, because next turn these could drop back down to can trade with it levels, so yeah, I'm gonna say no blocks, but like this is not good. Not good. Well, infuse, gaining some life. Not the actual worst, but I don't think it's enough to save us. We're at a virtual 5. If they attack with everything, we're dead. But if they don't attack with everything, we're not. So let's see if they fail to swing all. If they swing all, we are donezo. If not, yeah, all right. They figured it out, gang. Well, we just got rolled. Funnily enough, Killian not really... didn't matter. Killian was not much better than a grizzly bear in this matchup. It's just that a grizzly bear was exactly what Oppo needed as a piece of the puzzle to curve out and destroy us. Right, but we never blocked it, and Oppo's life never mattered, right? That's what I'm saying. So never discounted a spell that mattered, never wanted to block it and couldn't, and never cared about my opponent's life total. So really just a grizzly bear, but in this case, grizzly bear is plenty good. Good job, Oppo. Nice deck. I guess maybe there was one turn where we would have blocked it if it didn't have Menace. Like maybe the Menace helped get in one attack. But I just chuckling at how one of the best cards in the format was no better than a Grizzly Bear in a performance that was dominating by our opposition, right? And on that front here, this is a little bit delayed, but it's a new one, so I'm going to share it. This is what I should have done as soon as we let go of the game. I blame you all for making me switch out of the more successful build. That's what happened there. Although it's a pretty good return, but 1,400, the buy-in wasn't 1,500, it was 2,000, so a little more painful on the gem return. Yeah, it's all chat's fault. That's how I roll. What's this? Here's how to get some gems out of our event. Sealed is not good value unless you highly value early collection building. Like, depends on how much you value an unopened booster pack of Strixhaven, basically. But we're going to wait on Strixhaven until we get to 10 there. And well, I had to earn some gems somehow. So there we go. We got an extra 100 gems out of that. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, Hat. It's not good value, but it is better than buying packs with gems to crack them to collection build. You may as well crack packs with sealed if what you were going to do day one anyway is buy packs and crack them. That's really the way to think about it. But for anybody who's not super keen on collection building, sealed is quite the drain. Let's see, I've also lost that sealed deck. Well, we're a little early, but I may just call it a stream here. And since it's a little awkward amount of time left, and I'll just commit to, we'll do an extra event tomorrow or something. But I think I am gonna find a raid target and send you on a little early today. We'll thank our YouTube friends first, though. Getting some practice in. This is happening to me a lot these days. Sorry. Must be annoying to look at if I've got floating hairs. Anyway. Usually the Mastery Pass is break-even value, Hunter. I haven't done the exact math on the current one, but Hunter asks, the Mastery Pass is never good value even if you complete the whole thing unless you value the cosmetics, right? I believe if you properly use your draft token on a 1,500 gem event, that draft token at 15, I think the difference comes down to if you use the draft token on less than 1,500, it's not worth it. But if you use it on a 1,500 event, it's break-even-ish or slightly better. But you do have to 100% it. You can't leave anything hanging. Happy Problems would like to ship it off to Corticals. Sounds good to me. That's with me having not done the math on like the last two sets. But historically, even the worst valued Mastery Pass, I think it was Theros, right? Didn't Theros Beyond Death have a really bad one? But even then, if you maxed it out, it was basically just barely break even or maybe a little under or something. But I believe we're back to, even if you don't value cosmetics, if you 100%, it's worth it for a limited player. Yeah, maybe I should do the math instead of guessing. That's what a competent educational streamer would do. Maybe I'll become competent in the next week here. We'll see. All right. Well, hopefully we'll be competent by the weekend and make day 2 and get some cash out of Arena. That would be cool. The practice will continue until the Arena Open, and so we'll see you for more Sealed later this week. Thanks, YouTube friends, for hanging out for that one.